Good evening. Welcome to a live stream of the 3.1 demo version of Titanic: Honor and Glory. The replay of the last Titanic stream had done really well, so I thought it'd be a good idea to go back to the most famous ship of all time. You can see it there in the background through the window. This plays a little differently from the 401 demo. I think that one's a bit larger than this one, but let's go ahead and see what we can get done in this one. Looks like they're restarting the record here. I just noticed the horn on the phonograph move. Let's get rolling.
First the train from London to Liverpool, then a short trip to the docks where I boarded the ferry to Dublin, then the long train ride through Ireland to Belfast. Not a bad ride, but excruciatingly long. Check in at the guest house in the town proper, quick supper, quick sleep, quick breakfast, and a hop on the local train here to the Holland and Wolff shipyard. Fortunately, it was punctual. I was worried about being tardy for being 3 hours early. My darling Claire always said to me, "Robin, you better get out of the house right now and go be useful for someone." She always did lovingly encourage me to show up for work early and give my best effort.
So you saw the Harland and Wolff building. That's of course the company that built the ship. And we just saw the gantry to the left where it was where the hull was actually constructed. There it is again. And looks like
Titanic is likely no different from the Olympic. They're structurally identical. The Olympic underwent these trials months ago, so this should be a simple repeat. I board, observe her during the sea trials, vote aye or nay on her certification, and then I ride her back to Southampton. Come on, Robin, you can't mess this one up, as Claire always told me.
Interesting. So this guy is goes on the sea trials for the Titanic to decide whether or not the ship is seaworthy. Now, I don't remember if it was the British Board of Trade that deems whether or not the ships are worthy. I know they conducted an inquiry into the Titanic sinking, but I don't know if they were also responsible for approving or disapproving or even conducting the sea trials.
Let's look at the positive. The weather broke, and now I've been given the opportunity to board the Titanic advance of the trials. This gives me a bit of time to really admire the beauty of the ship before I have to scrutinize every last aspect of her functionality.
Like how they were talking about how the Olympic was constructed very similar. They are, Olympic and Titanic are sister ships, but they were not 100% identical. There's the most glaring example right there being up in the front of the forward section of the ship on the A-deck promenade, how Titanic had windows right there, and Olympic did not. I wonder what's over here. Or can you even go here? Can we cross this? You can cross, but you can't really go into Belfast and explore around. I guess this is this would have been the dry dock right here. And of course the gantry's over there. where Olympic, Titanic, and eventually Britannic would have been constructed. I can imagine this place probably looks a whole lot different today. All right, let's see. I see an opening in the fence there, so I guess that's where we go to access the ship.
I had better find my way aboard. But I suppose there isn't reason for too much haste. No one else has even arrived yet, it seems. Plenty of time to explore, if I desire.
So there isn't much to see over there.
I'm quite surprised by the amount of confidence the industry is placing into this ship. She's not even certified yet, and her first ticketed voyage is just a week from now. No room for failure on these trials, I suppose. It's like getting dressed up for a date when you haven't even begun your courtship yet. How do you know if you'll be rejected or not? I learned that one the hard way.
Oh, we can go in here. Let's see. What's up? Welcome to Titanic. Almost. We're not on the ship yet. My mic is lower than usual. I am not 100% sure. Would it help if I lowered the volume of the game?
Belfast Loch is beautiful, with the hills around it and the morning fog. It reminds me of what I always imagined Puget Sound would be like. A man sure can make a living out in Seattle, if he can hold off the plague.
You hear no game audio. Okay, yeah. You're gonna hear music. That's mainly what you're gonna hear. I think occasionally the person that we are portraying will chime in with some commentary, but that's pretty much it. And I need to point out that this is not a final version of a game. This, again, this is the demo 3.1 that was released in 2017. Is it an outhouse?
Reminds me of my childhood in Sheffield.
Now that would be cool if we could get up here on the poop deck. Oh, but look over there. I see an entrance. That's probably the D deck entrance over there up front.
I see they're doing all they can to extend my travel time. How do I find my way through this mess?
Oh, we will find our way onto the ship. Of that I am not worried. Let's go look at the front of the ship first. And we may come back here and see if we could get on right there. But clearly we can get in right there through... yeah, that's D deck right there. I'm pretty sure on the opposite side of the ship, on the port side, the gangway door that was left open during the sinking was D deck. And I'm no expert on how ships sink or anything, but I imagine the more open holes for the water to get through, the faster it's going to accelerate the sinking. Wow, look at that. I really can't wait for them to finish this game, but this game has been in development hell for 10 years. It keeps going through different staffs, and I don't know about different developers, but different people running the game, running the company that is making the game or publishing the game.
Another dead end in life.
Another dead end in life. Ah, look at that. We can go right here and go check out the very bow. It would be great if we could get off this dock and go walk around on the in the grass out there and really get to the front of the ship.
Train carriage arrangement. It really stretched my cognitive abilities. People simply aren't stimulated enough these days. Claire tells me that every night.
Yes, I guess this is as close to the bow as we can get. I guess loading coal. I was talking about differences between the Titanic and the Olympic earlier, right when we got started. Here's another one right here. The bridge wings on the Titanic extended out further than the ones on the Olympic did.
Since the aft gangway is blocked, I'll board here through the first class.
Oh, the aft gangway is blocked? I did not see where it was blocked at. Let's go take a look at that. Yeah, most certainly did not have drones in 1909. I mean, did the word drone even exist in 1909? I mean, hell, the word television didn't even exist in 1909. He said the aft gangway is blocked, yet. Unless it's blocked right there when you get up to the ship. Because it looks like we can get to it from here. Let's get a good look at the stern. Okay, yeah, I see. It's, yep. Once you get up to the very top, you cannot go any further.
They couldn't simply move these signs out of the way. This vessel has triple screws. Yes, I feel the same way right now too, thank you.
Wonder why they don't want you on the deck here. All right, well, to the forward gangplank we go. I guess we So anyone who watched the movie and remembers it, we're going in. I want to say the same place they boarded in the movie is where we're boarding right here. I know it was D-deck reception, and that's pretty much where we're heading right now. And by movie, of course, I'm referring to the James Cameron Titanic movie from '97. There is another Titanic movie that is equally as good. It's called A Night to Remember. It was released in the '50s. The biggest difference is, of course, you know, Cameron's movie was in color. A Night to Remember is in black and white. And the sinking of the ship. Yes, it said this vessel has triple screws. That's what the sign said. Yeah, one center propeller and two side propellers. But yeah, the main differences being again one black and white, one in color. The depiction of the sinking in A Night to Remember, of course, is not as accurate as the Cameron film, because the Cameron film had the benefit of being made after the wreck was discovered, and so we knew that in 1997 we had known that the ship broke in two on the way down, whereas they did not know that in 1958. And even the Cameron film, the sinking is not 100% accurate. All right, I am. How did I just get there? And now I'm. All right, I guess I gotta go make this round right here. Yeah, I really don't know what to do about the chat delay. It just is what it is for now. All right. Here we go. That'd be cool if we could see the smoke coming out of the whistle horn. Here we go. D-deck reception. The ladders, I am not 100% certain what those have been used for. So we can turn on the boxes or turn them off. Huh.
Most first-class spaces should be accessible at the moment, but I may be able to venture down to third class for a spell through Scotland Road on E-deck. I believe I'm boarding before anyone else. Robin, Right now, you're the most handsome man on the Titanic.
Because you're one of probably the only men on the Titanic at this point. I like how they included that in there. The Nomadic does still exist, and it is the last remaining ship from the White Star Line. So we've got some sections blocked off here. It's almost as if they're still putting the final touches in the building of the ship. Yep, here is D-deck reception. Here's the lifts. Now this demo did come with a map of everything that you can explore, and I'm looking at that map as we go. That way we can not waste too much time. And I mean, it looks so much better and realistic than it did in Titanic Adventure Out of Time, but that was still, it was still one of my all-time favorite games. I mean, they did outstanding for what they could do at the time. Of course, this little area right here featured prominently in that game.
I especially commend them for modifying the bulkhead. I never cared much for what was on the Olympic.
The saloon was being set for breakfast during the iceberg collision. Yeah, that makes sense now that I'm reading that, because I'm thinking back to A Night to Remember, and they do show people setting tables in here in that movie. I see it's blocked off. We can't go too far right here, but we can still get a nice look at it. Yeah, Night to Remember is really an excellent film. It's more of a documentary than the Cameron movie is. There's no love story or anything like that. I mean, there is a deal with this third-class passenger guy. He's trying to hook up with another third-class passenger girl, but there's really not much of a love story or anything like that in it. Yeah, see the paint cans. I have that movie, and like I said, it is absolutely excellent. Yeah, Sunday mornings, the room would be used for religious services. Hence the scene in the movie where the captain is leading the little, I don't know, I guess congregation, for lack of a better word, in prayer in this section. Yeah, I'm fairly certain this might be the door that was left open during the sinking. Yeah, these doors were ordered open by Officer Lightoller during the sinking with the intention of loading lifeboats through them. However, no lifeboats rowed to them, and they only hastened the flooding. Yep, that makes sense. And there are pictures of the ship as it is in present day. And if you see the port side, you can see that I think the door is completely gone. Yeah, so this is everything we can see on D deck. If we go down to E deck, we can go up and down Scotland Road. Yeah, so Scotland Road is actually right here, I believe. Yep. Yeah, so we'll look at this in a minute. Yeah, Scotland Road. Like I said, I have a map of what's available in this demo. So I'm going to get through the smaller areas first. Look up. Wow. That's awesome. Absolutely love that. I think Molly Brown's cabin is on E deck. Yeah, so they're going to tell us who stayed in each cabin, at least the ones they have marked anyway. Now the squash court is in demo 401. I don't know if it's in this one. I don't think it is. Ah, here's Molly Brown's cabin. What room? E23. Yeah, so this is all we can access on this side of E deck in this demo. And again, this is a demo of the game. This is not the final version. There's definitely more to see in demo 401, but I've never actually played through this one. So I really wanted to check it out. Alright, so here's Scotland Road. So this is only one section of it. I remember in Titanic Adventure Out of Time, it wasn't a big long haul like this, although I'm sure this one is certainly more accurate.
Glorious. You can near well see half the length of the ship in this corridor.
I wonder if this also hastened the sinking. You know, this wide, long hallway that runs almost bow to stern. This almost looks like some the bunks on some military vessels that I've been on. Just in its bareness, I guess. Yeah, we can't open doors or anything in this one. But we can go down here. We will do that in a second, as soon as we get to the front right here. So this is blocked off.
This open space looks like a fine spot for gathering and mingling between all parts of Europe as they make their journey across the pond to the New World. Perhaps a place on the west coast, like Seattle.
I would imagine that might also go down to some third-class cabins. When the guy was talking, I could hear the sounds of like racquetball or something. That's good. That's the squash court right there, right through this window we're facing. Let's go have a look down below.
Oh dear, the door is open. Perhaps I'm not supposed to look in here, but I can't pass up this opportunity for a little adventure. Oh, if Claire were here now to see me being so daring.
And you can go up the ladder.
How by Edward did I get myself here? Climbing too high, I think. No, Robin, it's not your time to get your angel wings just yet. No, not just yet.
That looks like... Is that the ladder to go up the crow's nest? No, that's a funnel right there. Definitely not the crow's nest. Can't go through this door. Old Bushmills. I would imagine this picture is someone affiliated with the game. And these ladders sure were steep. Let's see.
Quite hot here. Where are the workers, though? Well, I suppose they're likely firing up the other boiler rooms.
Yeah, that's the boilers right beneath us. I can't imagine how hot this place must have been. Yeah, these things were massive. I remember watching some of the footage of when Robert Ballard first discovered the wreck in 1985, and one of the first things they saw was a boiler, and that's how he knew he found the wreck. It was like basically like their confirmation, because you can hear some guy screaming in the video, "It's a boiler!" Yeah, that had to have been hot as hell.
These machines are massive. 29 on board, propelling the ship through the water like an untamed beast. I anxiously await their performance during the sea trials shortly. Finally free and not held back from anything. No Mr. Tundry in sight. Just freedom.
That is cool. That's really cool. The little book right here in the coal chute, that is a little nod to Titanic Adventure Out of Time. That is the Rubaiyat, which that book played a big role in that game. That's funny that they put that in here. I will try. I will. Well, not try. I will figure out a way to stream that game because I've got it on Steam, but it has issues on Steam. I don't know why, but OBS will not play it. I've tried, but even if it could, the game randomly crashes, and some of the cutscenes, like it skips them. I do still have my old discs of the game, but I don't know if they're gonna run on a modern machine. I guess I'll just have to try. I love that they got the Rubaiyat in here. Alright, so I guess that's everything down here. Alright, so back to Scotland Road. Alright, let's head aft. Yeah, I wish we could go in there. Yeah, I think we already looked in there. Did we not? I know we already read that little thing. Yeah, yeah, we've seen that already. Here's the entrance to E deck. Can we go down here? This would be the third class dining area. I want to say that scenes from both the Cameron movie and A Night to Remember, there's scenes that took place in this area in both movies, if I remember correctly.
A stark contrast from the first-class accommodations, I should say, but still a major improvement from the other liners I've inspected. In all honesty, I envy these people in the lower class. The world is open to them. They move to America and build their future how they choose. They could be loggers, for example. But Father wanted me to be a surveyor like he and his father. No logging for you, Robin. Now wash your ears.
That's weird. They got the Leland line in here. I wonder if they have any Cunard ships in here. Of course, the Olympic class ships were White Star's answer to Cunard's, like Mauritania. Cunard was all about getting across the Atlantic in at the speediest or quickest amount of time, whereas White Star started building the Olympic class for not speed but luxury. The Red Star line, I've never heard of that. Holland, America, I've heard of those. And that is the Olympic. Yeah, you can, if you're looking at this way from the front, if you had like a side-by-side picture of the Olympic and the Titanic, you can clearly see the differences. At least I can. That's why I say they are sister ships, but they are not 100% identical. they had interior differences between the two as well. Alright, so that's forward. This is aft. Yeah, both of these are the third-class dining saloon entrance. Yeah, I think this is the furthest back in this demo that we can go on E-Deck. Yeah, they've got a lot of stuff blocked off. That must be like mountains or something through the porthole. I almost thought it was like water for a
On
minute.
down to the food stores, crew compartments, and stern of the ship. No need to go this way.
But we want to see it. Yeah, so that's all of E-Deck and everything lower. There was a F-Deck, G-Deck, the Orlop, and the tank top. So we've seen everything on E-Deck and D-Deck and lower that is available in this demo. So, of course, up next will be C-Deck. Love how the grand staircase gets less grand the further down into the ship you descend. So here we go up the C-Deck, and of course the main thing is the purser's office. You see right here on the starboard side, and there it is. That plays a big role in Titanic Adventure Out of Time as well. Yeah, I don't like the Turkish bath is not available in this demo. It is available in the 401
Soon
demo.
this area will be bustling with passengers anxiously sending telegrams and complaining about the most trivial of matters. I consider it a blessing that I will not be around to witness that.
Please consider a contribution if you enjoy this early demo. I did make a contribution to the game many years ago. That's why I say this game's been in development hell. Oh Jesus, dude! Seriously? That's the purser from Titanic Adventure Out of Time. He's an annoying dude too. And of course, you would have your steward Smethels standing right here at the foot of the grand staircase. Yeah, that actually startled me. Yeah, so we can see down here, but we cannot access down here.
The lifts are out of order. That's fine. Real men don't take lifts. Lifts are for women, Claire says. Robin, take the long way up.
Yes, we're going to have a bunch of cabins down here. So we'll want to see who's in these cabins. Now, a lot of these names I'm not going to know, but some of them I will. Wonder where's the Strauss cabin? Thayer. Jack Thayer. Well, how about that? They're Someone's maid got a first-class cabin. I wonder why they have certain ones and not all of them. I wonder if it's because, I mean, they have to have a record of who had what cabins. I mean, clearly they did, but is it an incomplete record? Is that why there are only certain names that show? Wow, executive of Quaker Oats. I should also point out there is a demo of the sinking that they made. I don't know in how much detail it is. Oh, first-class barbershop.
I wonder if the barber will be on board for the run to Southampton. Lord knows I should fancy a shave after my journey here. Speaking of barbers, I'm quite glad old Harry is there to look after Claire while I'm away. They always were fond of each other, and when my son was born, Harry was particularly fond of him, never missing a birthday. See, this is the kind of friend a man really needs. His presence seems to even alleviate her hysteria condition.
And of course, this is the aft grand staircase, which is still pretty cool because it looks like it's the same dome that's in the forward grand staircase. Oh, wow, we can go in this cabin. Seems kind of small for a first-class cabin. And we got some more down here. To the second-class promenade. I would love to be able to go there. Pretty sure the Cafe Parisien is you can go visit there too on this version. At least it's showing up in the map that I'm looking at. Alright, well, let's go this way. Of course, cabin C-73 was our cabin in Titanic Adventure Out of Time. This hallway is gorgeous, man. Wow. Huh. Countess of Roth. Oh, that's cool. There it is. C-73, your cabin in Titanic Adventure Out of Time. Wow. I wonder if he survived the sinking. Let's see, who's down here? This one looks a little nicer than the other one that we just saw. Let's go back the other way. Yeah, I don't think that would have been on the Titanic. Somebody etching that into a door. Isidore and Ida Strauss, co-owners of Macy's department store. So they were C-57. They're actually 2 decks above Molly Brown. And they are actually depicted in both movies, the Cameron movie and A Night to Remember. Yes, so there is a scene, I won't tell you about A Night to Remember since you've never seen it, but I'm assuming you've seen the Cameron movie. During the sinking in the Cameron movie, when the band starts playing Nearer My God to Thee, there's a, they also are doing this montage of crap going on around the ship, you know, while it's sinking. And there's a scene with an elderly couple laying in bed, and the water is flooding into their room. That is the Strausses. They don't have any dialogue. I do not know who this is, who this painting is. But in the real life story, which they show in A Night to Remember, with the exception of the sinking, the way you know, most of what they say is a lot more accurate than the Cameron movie, and that is one thing that they depict in A Night to Remember. The Strausses were on the boat deck, and Isidore was trying very hard to get his wife to go into a boat, and I forget exactly how she worded it, but she was basically like, no, you know, where you go, I go. You know, they were an elderly couple who had been together for many, many years. So yeah, every time you think Macy's, Isidore and Ida Strauss, the founders, sadly, they passed away on this ship. This looks like a promenade area. Of course, we cannot access it. Yeah, so all we've got left here to see is B deck. There's a very small section of A deck that's available. And you cannot go up to A deck, which I do not understand why.
I shouldn't venture too far on deck. The Board of Trade members may board soon, and I'm expected to meet them.
There it is. There's A deck's grand staircase. And we cannot access A deck here. And turn this stupid thing off. See, look out the windows, you can at least see some of the A-deck promenade. All right, let's go walk down B deck here.
Cabins upon cabins upon cabins upon
No kidding.
cabins upon cabins upon cabins.
So this is Bruce Ismay's cabin. B54. And that was his sitting room. Excuse me. So for the most part, it looks like the B deck hallway looks exactly like the C deck one. Wow, is this Guggenheim's room? Yeah, we could go up to this portion of A deck. And of course there's the Cafe Parisien right there. Before we do that though, let's go and check out some, see if we can see any more names I recognize in this part of the hallway. I don't recognize any of these names. Yeah, we've seen this. Alright, let's head aft. Check out the Cafe Parisien. And here we are. And of course the cafe was also in
Does remind you of Paris, though excepting the smell of overflowing sewage. Wonderful memories are coming back to me of that city.
Hello, Evan. How are you this evening? I think that's the a la carte. Glad to hear it. Got another picture here. Oh, I know who this guy is. I like the 401 demo. It has a lot more to it than this one does. This is actually the 3.1 demo that came out in 2017. But I had not done this demo before, so I was wanting to explore it and see if this one offers anything that the 401 demo does not. So this guy right here in the picture, his name is Thomas Linsky, and he is one of the original people who started working on Titanic: Honor and Glory. So he is a real life person that exists today. He departed this project, I want to say in the past couple of years, and he has a YouTube channel, Part-Time Explorer. He is most certainly someone that I would refer to as an expert on the Titanic. Yeah, if there's anything you ever want to know about the Titanic, ask this guy. He's actually done some short films, one of which is where he portrays one of the wireless operators. I forget if it's Phillips or Bright that he's portraying, but it's during the sinking, and he's trying to desperately contact other ships.
This room would have its tables already set. Mr. Gotti hasn't even boarded yet. Oh well, top marks for presentation.
So yeah, he's desperately trying to get other ships to respond, and one of the guys puts his life belt on him because he will not, stand up or abandon his post. Yeah, so I was right. This is the a la carte. Oh, what's that? Does that go to the smoker's lounge? No. Restaurant, pantry, and galley. Yeah, this room is amazing. So from what memory serves, and it's been a while since I've messed with it, I think that this demo doesn't offer anything that the 401 demo doesn't offer, with the exception of the fact that you can walk around outside of the ship. I don't remember that being in the 401 demo. Alright, so this is the only portion of A deck that you can...
Love the wood detailing here. It's absolutely perplexing. Now that's a craft I can really respect. Lovely wood. I've always been fond of wood. When younger, I used to cut wood for the poor folks 2 streets over. My neighbors started calling me Robin Wood. They always laughed, but I don't know why. I wore that title proudly.
So again, this is the aft grand staircase. Can we go in here? Oh, wow. There's a camera right there. There you go, old school camera right there on the sink. So yeah, they do have a demo on the syncing. I'm not sure into what detail that demo goes, but if it's long enough where we could at least stream it for like an hour or something, I mean, looking at getting that demo. Yeah, so this is A Deck Promenade right here. I guess that's the most of it we're going to be able to see. I'd love to know why they didn't include, also here's the smoker room. I'd love to know why they didn't include the, like the boat deck or the promenade deck. I mean, it seems like that stuff would have been the easiest for them to model. But, I mean, what do I know about modeling, designing a game?
What a fine accommodation for the unwinding of the gentlemanly sort after a long day at sea. If only it were open now, and there were men in there to socialize with. Perhaps then I'd make some friends.
That's pretty cool, so we can at least see the smoker's room. Anything salvaged off this ship, the price for it would be insane. The history nerd in me, of course, is not a fan of doing that. And that I am aware of. Legally, the only items that I know of that have been recovered from the wreck have not been taken off the actual ship itself. They've been taken off of, or out of the debris field around the ship. I don't remember if it was earlier this year or last year, but there was talk of going into the Marconi room and retrieving the wireless machines or machines out of the ship for preservation, and there was a big controversy about that, and I think the rest of legal action, so it didn't happen. If we're talking about removing items out of the ship for preservation, historical purposes, where it's going in a museum, I would be in favor of that. But people just going and grabbing stuff to sell it on the market, no, not in favor of that at all. Thomas Andrews. Yep, he was the head designer of the ship, and I believe he was the nephew of Lord Peary. Oh, most definitely, Evan. There is absolutely zero remnants of the aft grand staircase. It was in the stern section, and of course, in the stern section got obliterated when it on its way down to the seafloor.
I suppose this won't be open anytime soon. A shame. I would enjoy nothing more than a cup of tea and to sit with a book in the lounge and, well, lounge.
I really wish we could walk the promenade. They do show the lounge in Adventure Out of Time, although it's towards the very end of the game, and so you only have so much time where you can look in it. And of course, when it won't look anything like this game, of course, but again, I applaud the effort that they did back in '96 when they made that game. Oh yeah, there's the stern is just, it's just a massive tangled metal. So, Matt, your question is, I wonder, or not question, but you say, I wonder why the back got torn to shreds while the front gracefully sat on the seafloor. Well, what happened was, remember the ship, the bow section towards the starboard side grazed the iceberg, and that's where the water flooded the ship. So as the bow is sinking and filling with water, you don't have you have little or no air pockets at all. So by the time the bow went under and broke apart from the stern, the ship is completely flooded and full of water. So it just goes straight down, and obviously it's in much better shape than the stern. What happened with the stern was it was still full of air when it started going down. All that air had to escape, and you had like this violent implosion inside the ship, and it just tore that section apart. So you had that happen, along with the fact that both sections, when they hit the seafloor, they hit most violently. So the bow section, if you look at pictures of it, you'll notice like the very bow of the ship is, it's almost like a sort of a curve. The ship is not straight, it's curved. At least the bow section. It's like the bow section is kind of curved downward. Then you look at the rest of the ship, and the very back end of the bow section is curved down as well. And that is from the impact with the seafloor. Yeah, like I said, unfortunately we cannot go up to A deck in this demo. We can in the 401 demo. See, we're blocked off here. But we can still go and walk up and down the aft grand staircase. So let's do that. Let's go down to E deck here. We'll walk Scotland Road and catch up to the aft grand staircase there. Okay, yes, so... Can you get to the aft grand staircase from staircase? I know you can, but is the door open? That's the question. It might not be. Alright, it doesn't look like it is. Alright, so we'll do the reverse. We'll go up to B deck forward and then head aft. Because it's about the only thing left in this demo that we haven't seen is the full aft grand staircase. Alright, so we're on B deck. We go down here. Alright, so here we are. Alright, so we'll work our way down nice and slow from here, just so we can take in the whole aft grand staircase. Yep. Alright, so that's the furthest we can go down on the aft grand staircase, is C deck. Now, yeah, I'm pretty sure we've been all the way down here. Let's see if there's any cabins that we didn't see. Yeah, we've seen this. I remember the doctor's office. Yeah, so we did that. Alright, so that's pretty much it. We've covered the whole demo. I said this one's a whole lot less content than the 401 demo. I wish they could incorporate what you see at the beginning of this demo, where you can actually walk around outside the ship and then board the ship into the 401 demo. I do not know who this guy is. I assume he's one of the developers. Let's go into Cafe Parisian one more time, and we're going to call it here. Alright, well that will do it for this stream. I'm going to look into that sinking demo and see what it's like, and see if it's like basically stream worthy. So thanks to anyone and everyone that stopped by. If you're new to the channel, I did do the 401 demo. If you go to my channel and look in the playlist at past streams, you will find it. It's called Exploring the RMS Titanic, and that is a replay of where I live streamed the 401 demo. And I will try and figure out a way to get more like Titanic content in the future, because it is something I've always been fascinated with. I'm not a historian. I'm not an expert on the Titanic. I'm just someone who always has been fascinated with it my entire life. So yeah, I'm going to look into that again and see what else we can do. So thanks everyone who stopped by. Appreciate it. Like and subscribe to the channel. And for those of you that have been here before, you know the drill. In the meantime,